how much of the food you eat has the opposite effect of giving you sustained energy. This is really important because if you want to lose weight, you are definitely going to need some energy. I'm not saying you have to exercise to lose weight, by the way, but we need to use exercise or being active as one of the many things that will help get our hormones and metabolic processes back in balance in order that our bodies work to the best of their ability and create this perfect environment to lose weight. Are you with me? We're going to it a little bit later. It's a good thing to understand. Of course, we know there's more to improving our health than what we eat. Having the right mindset for a start, our expectations, making sure that our expectations are fully aligned with what we say we want, believing in ourselves, belief that we can do it, motivation, what's going to create your interest and keep it. Relaxation, not too much, mind you, exercise, to name a few. But back to my point, I really do believe that learning something about how what we eat and how it can be effective in changing our health for the better is hugely important. As humans, we're really keen to know that we are guaranteed a result at the end, so that we know that it's worth putting in all the effort. Look, think of it a bit like this. When we learn to drive a car, we learn how to steer, how to accelerate, brake, look in the mirrors, change the gears. We wouldn't get very far if we didn't put it all together. We know that just wouldn't work. Even more than that, if we learn something about the engine, how to look after it, change a wheel, we don't have to. We'd still get there, but it can be enormously empowering. And here's the thing, the more we understand about the value that something has to us, the more likely we are to implement it and commit. Does that make sense? When you get in your car, you want to know enough about it to feel confident that you're going to get where you want to go without breaking down, getting lost, or having any difficulties. So my job is to convince you that eating an abundance of nutrients will help you get where you want to go without too much difficulty or breaking down, and getting the result you want. Bounds of energy, confidence, feeling great, looking as you want to look, and give you as much reduced chance of future health difficulties that you might get from eating processed products that your body just can't process and absolutely won't get you where you want to go. So back to my point again, where do we get our energy from? We can find energy from enthusiasm. Yay! Remember how much energy you find when you're excited or you're given some good news. Muscle strength. Yay! Heart strength, and even from our thoughts. In fact, very much from our thoughts. If your thoughts are aligned with your expectations and your beliefs, they will build you up and give you energy. So, of course, all those things, but underpinning all that is the nutrients that we take from our food and their function. All those things mentioned, including exercise, building muscle, socializing, studying, your moods, even sleep, need a great source of nutrients. If you're thinking sugar and fat alone give you energy, you must rethink. This is a grave mistake. Look, if you repeatedly reach for short-term energy bursts and processed prepared foods, coffee, cakes, biscuits, sausage rolls, croissants, fizzy drinks, ice cream, shop-bought sandwiches, your health could also be short-term. What we're looking for is sustained energy to enable us to do all those things. So exactly what do I mean by that? Well, when our body is working well and in balance, the nutrients we eat give our body the ability to function and maintain well. Defend off predators, for example, not a lion attacking us, but pathogens at a cellular level, to head off and in some cases even repair damage and create the energy we need to walk, talk and think, given an abundance of nutrients from our food that we consume. So what's my point? My point is, without that, plus a barrage of toxins and to fight off, whether it's chosen or forced upon us, it can be a very different story. What I mean by that is a lack of energy, a lethargy, exhaustion, and depression can be the result of reduced nutrients or an imbalance of nutrients. And once we have those things, the vicious circle begins and it's hard to stop. Once we have a lack of energy, we stop exercising, your sleep suffers, you reach for the hobnobs, and there we begin the crisis. I want you to imagine it like this. Imagine every cell in your body is like a little well-run factory making precious gems. These gems are so beautiful. It needs skilled workers to create the best quality. All the workers working together, they need to arrive on time to help each other and leave on time to help others elsewhere. Know what to do and when to do it. They all get on well. And if they don't, they avoid each other, knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses. And they all leave on time, no wasted energy. If someone is late or doesn't turn up, workers don't know what to do and don't pull their weight, or they don't get on. Look, some workers can do other jobs and that does work for a while, but eventually it doesn't run very efficiently and it's in trouble. The quality of the precious gem is affected. How your body uses nutrients is very similar. All the nutrients need each other and in correct ratio and balance to produce a well-functioning cell. They're not loners, they need each other. Yes, it functions for a while, it adapts and copes, but it's no longer a thriving environment. So it's important to understand that having all the nutrients is how it works best. It's a crucial part to know. We need the chemical reactions from an array of vitamins, minerals, and oxygen to convert the sugar and fats into energy in our healthy cell. And it's a very complex process, but also kind of simple. As I said, nutrients are not loners. They need each other to work efficiently and effectively. So despite the logic telling us calories in, calories out, exercising, that's not the actual reality. Calories are not your problem. So the important takeaway message here is don't eat to lose weight. Don't exercise to lose weight. If you exercise to use the calories that you are going to eat or have just eaten, you'll be fighting a losing battle. So here's the thing. Eat to nourish your body, each and every cell, and exercise to keep your lungs, your heart, and your muscles strong and fit. Then you're getting out of the destructive habit of focusing on the problem and starting to focus on the solution. And it's so much more fun seeing it that way. If you keep telling yourself, I must lose weight, you're living in deprivation mindset and a missing out mindset instead of a world of abundance. So my goal is to get you to never think about, look at, or count a calorie ever again. And here's an example. So let's say you fancy a scone and jam and cream. You're out with your mate in the cafe and you think, you're like, I know, it's all right. I'm going to go to the gym later and I'll work it off. Okay, you know where I'm going with this now, don't you? Firstly, you've ended up with approximately 550 calories to get rid of. And how long do you think that will take to use up? 1 hour, maybe, hard running or working out on the treadmill. And that's if you're pretty fit. If you're not so fit, probably the best part of 2 hours. And it took you 10 minutes maximum to eat that scone and jam. Secondly, unfortunately, it doesn't give you anything to help you build your muscles or get fit. And if you keep using your stored nutrients and not replacing them, you will soon burn out, creating imbalances and causing sickness, despite doing the thing that you think is keeping you healthy. Look, if your cell isn't functioning well, how will you? Another thing, you might think that reaching for a coffee to keep your energy levels up could work. Look, I'm not saying that can't work occasionally, but ultimately, too much caffeine will inhibit iron absorption. One of the things that iron does is help convert B vitamins, B3 and B6. What are B vitamins for? Helping with the process of energy conversion in your cell. So, in drinking the caffeine you give to give you energy, you're destroying the one thing that could help you create sustained energy in your natural way. Are you with me? That's quite a simplistic way of looking at it, but it's the truth. Your body is a miraculous machine given the correct environment to thrive. I personally don't believe it's helpful to be overloaded with too much information or indeed necessary. The main objective is to enjoy great food, knowing something of what it can do to improve your health. If you've been eating a Western style processed diet with fried food and processed meats for a while, you might be surprised at how amazing you could feel changing to a varied diet of vegetables, nuts, seeds, fish, fruit, yogurts, and quality meat. It could change your life dramatically. If you want some more ideas, please take a look at the other videos and see if you could ramp up your nutrition and enjoy the benefits. I'm completely convinced it contributes enormously to my health and my energy levels. I really hope you have found this helpful. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it, or say, hey Susan, that was helpful, and listen to some more videos. Or if you need some more support, go to the link below and take a look at the Refresh Your Health online program. It includes the book and plenty of handouts to help you decide what you want and give you the clarity on how you're going to get there. Here's a tip. If you struggle to make great choices when you're out shopping, try this. When you write your shopping list, put the health benefits by the side of each item. So, for instance, avocado, great for my heart health. Pineapple, great for my joints. Or a motivational saying, I eat to nourish my body, right across the top. Or I'm looking forward to whatever your new adventure is here. But whatever you do, don't hit the snooze button now. Start creating the health that you want from now. Raise your expectations, believe in yourself, and take action. You can do this. Don't even think for a second that you can't, or it just might be the truth. Go, go, go. Make health your reward. Cheerio. Really hope to see you soon.